What up, y'all? It's your boy. Right back at y'all with another shorty. This one's gonna be about it just came out recently. First of all, I'm on the road, y'all. I'm actually up in Scranton, Pennsylvania. I have a bowling tournament and I'm bowling in. And I actually already bowled 3 squads. I still got 2 more squads to bowl tomorrow. So in between squads, I've been out enjoying the views. I'm gonna see if y'all can get a look, if y'all can see. We up in the Pennsylvania mountains, and if you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but that's Cinemark movie theater. I'm actually getting ready to check out that movie Centers. See what all the hype's about with Michael B. Jordan, I should say. And I'm surprised at how cheap stuff is up here. Like my ticket, I'm going to an 8:20 at night show, and my ticket was only $10.50 for like and I'm going up here at night. This is not, I'm going up here like during the daytime for the matinee prices. I'm going to be, I got a 8:20 showing tonight of Centers, #1 movie out right now. Only paid 10.5, so that's crazy. So I know I'm taking advantage of that. And anyway, like I said, this video is about the recent news that Six Flags America is closing down back in Baltimore, well, back in Maryland, down in what is that area? Bowie? I'm not sure what area that is, but it made me think about the first time I ever went there. And for those who may not know, a lot of the younger kids don't know that before it was Six Flags America, before that it was Adventure World, and before that it was Wild World. And that's when I first went there, back when it was Wild World. And the first time that I remember going there as Wild World was my 8th grade year. I think we had like our graduation program at Wild World. I remember us being there. I remember them having like the chairs set up. I'm not sure. I think we might have actually graduated from Wild World. I think they made it because I think we were the only people there. When we went there, I don't remember anybody being in that park but us. I think they had some kind of way rented out that park for our class, or they had us there early before they would normally be open. Because when we were there, we were like the only people there. So we might have rented that place out for a couple hours or whatever, so it would be just us. And it's like I can remember them having like the chairs set up, the stage set up. And I think we actually like graduated from there. They let us hang out there for a couple hours. But anyway, back then, the only roller coaster they had was the Wild One. And I think the Wild One is actually still up today. That's how old that roller coaster is. And I left out of middle school in the summer of 1991. So it's now 2025. So that tell you how old that roller coaster is, and it's still up there. I had all 3 of my kids have ridden that roller coaster. And I think that might have been my 2 sons' first roller coaster was the Wild One. And it's still up there. What they gonna miss more than anything. I take my sons up there every summer, so we definitely going there this year. This will be the last time they get to go there. They love that water park. That's all they want to do. That's the only reason why they like to go there, is to go to that water park. We normally get there as soon as they open up at 11 o'clock. But the water park doesn't open up until 11:30. So about a half an hour, they'll go around riding rides. But once that water park open up, that's where they want to go. And that's where we normally stay until that place closes. They just like going in there, getting in the wave pool, all them water slides. They like all that. So this gonna be their last year going there. My daughter, she was a whole different. Me and my daughter just alike. We like roller coasters. So me and my daughter, whenever we went to any amusement park, we didn't even think about going on no other ride until we've ridden every roller coaster there. And we normally start off with the biggest one you got, like the first one we getting on. Me and her are roller coaster buffs. My two sons, they not scared of roller coasters. They'll ride them, but that's not their main objective going to amusement parks. They want to find where the water park is, and that's all they want to do. So once Six Flags actually closes down, I'm gonna have to start finding other places like Great Wolf Lodge, or different places where they got nice water parks for them to go to. They love that at Six Flags. But anyway, my first time there was, like I said, about 8th grade graduation. And like I was saying, they got the Wild One, was the only roller coaster they had there at the time. That water park was there. It really wasn't much to Wild World. Wild World basically was a water park. And they only had a handful of rides, you know, that weren't in that water park. You know, so you had that one roller coaster. They eventually came out with the Python. That's when all of the snake roller coasters came out. Wild World had the Python, which is that yellow roller coaster that you went through frontwards and backwards. King's Dominion had the Sidewinder, and again, frontwards and backwards. And then King's Dominion came out with the Anaconda, which was the one that went underwater, the underwater tunnel. And I think all those, I don't think any of those roller coasters are, well, no, I think all of those roller coasters are no longer active. I know they've been closed the Python down. The last time I went to Hershey Park was probably it was more than 10 years ago. And I'm not sure if they still had the Sidewinder there then. I know they just recently closed down the Anaconda at King's Dominion. That was a couple years ago. They got rid of the Anaconda. But I'm sad to see that place go, because it's always, that might have been, no, that wasn't the first amusement park I ever went to. But because it's local, I've probably been to that park more than the other ones. So it's gonna be sad to see it go. We'll find some other places to go to. I may try them out with King's Dominion, Hershey Park, but I don't know how. I mean, they got water parks at those parks too, but I don't think they're the level of what Six Flags was here. We'll see. But like I said, back then it was Wild World. Then it became Adventure World. I actually never went there once they turned it to Adventure World. The one time I went there when it was Adventure World, when we got there, it had rained. It started raining real bad that morning, and they shut the park down. So right as we got there, they decided to close the park for the day, because it was like severe thunderstorms going on. And so I never actually went in there while it was Adventure World. While it was Adventure World, the only roller coaster that they made while it was Adventure World was the Mine Racer. And that Mine Racer, to me, because the Mine Racer, I believe, is still there now. The Mine Racer, in my opinion, because I'm a roller coaster guy, was the best roller coaster they have at Six Flags. Between that and the Superman, it's kind of what your preference is. For me, the Superman, only thing the Superman has is that first 200-foot drop. That was the first roller coaster that I got on. That was when they got to the 200-foot level. That was my first one. And once you go through that first hill, it's nothing but just other hills and going through like sideways corkscrews or whatever. But it's really nothing to the Superman other than that hill. The Mind Racer is one of those roller coasters where your feet hang out the roller coaster. The hill was not that high. The hill's only maybe 150, 175 feet. But it's like the angle at which it goes down is like a steep angle. And they have a lot of loops and a lot of different twists and turns in there. To me, my personal opinion, the Mind Racer is the best roller coaster that they have there. But that Mind Racer came out when it was still Adventure World. And then when Six Flags took over, it turned into Six Flags. That's when they added all those Batman themed rides. You know, the Superman, the Batwing. The Batwing is trash. And the Batwing is going to be the longest line you get in at Six Flags is that Batwing ride. Why, I don't know. That ride is trash. It is not scary. It's not fast. It's the slowest roller coaster I've ever been on. I'd rather get on the Scooby-Doo roller coaster at King's Dominion than get on that Batwing. I got on it a couple of times just to say I got on it. It's slow. The hill was not high. They just have it so that you feel like you're flying. But that roller coaster is trash, and they make you wait 2 hours just to get on it. Even when you get on there during the week, you gotta wait probably an hour and a half when ain't nobody there. But half the people that's in the park is in the Batwing line. Why, I don't know. Well, and then you got all the other ones, you know, the Joker's Jinx, all that them other rides they got out there now. But it's definitely our Six Flags is not to the level of what the one up in New Jersey. The one up in New Jersey don't even compare to this one. The one in New Jersey make ours look like, you know, you going to, you know, some park in the mall. The Six Flags up in New Jersey is like only thing you going, only roller coaster, only park that's going to beat that one for me is probably Cedar Point up in Ohio. They got some nice roller coasters up in New Jersey Six Flags, Great Adventure. But like I said, it's gonna be sad to see it go. Nice local, you can get there in less than an hour. Now I got to go drive 2 hours, 2.5 hours to Hershey Park, 2.5 hours to King's Dominion, 2.5 hours to what's that one up here? Dorney Park, up in Pennsylvania. Dorney is not like no King's Dominion or Hershey Park. But I'm be sad to see it go. I think I'm gonna do a video. I may have to do a video on roller coasters, because like I said, I'm a roller coaster buff, and I've been to all of the amusement parks in this area. And like I said, me and my daughter used to that's all we used to do, is ride roller coasters. Now that she done got older, she done moved away. And I got my boys. They just want to go to the water park. So I don't ride roller coasters as much as I used to anymore, because they don't get on. Only time I get on roller coasters if they want to get on it. And I ride whatever roller coaster they want to ride. And they never want to ride like the real big ones. The high one. They get the simple ones. You know, like we go to Six Flags. They get on the wild one. Matter of fact, I think that's the only roller coaster they rode at Six Flags was the wild one, and they wanted to get on it. They did not get on. They didn't even, because the wild one is the closest one to that water park. The other ones, you got to walk through that park, and they don't want to go too far from that water park. So I think the only reason why they rode that wild one is because it's the closest one to the water park. Now, one thing they did get me with is that I don't usually like to get on those free fall rides. On the ones where you sit in a chair and just send you up 100, 200 feet up in the air and just drop you. I don't never get on them. But the boys wanted to get on it. And because they was getting on it, it was no way in the world I was going to let them get on there and I ain't get on there. Because, you know, you ain't going to punk me. So I got on it, and it was like, I've only been on a couple of them things. I don't like those drop things. I don't know what it is. I can ride any roller coaster you got. I do not like those free fall type rides. I got on the one at Six Flags up in New Jersey. I was about to get on the one at King's Dominion. Me and my daughter was going to get on it. That new one that's like 300 feet in the air, something crazy, but it had broke down. As a matter of fact, this how long ago it was. I don't even know if it's still up there or not. But the hypersonic roller coaster was up there. That blast coaster they had. They was right beside each other, and they been shut the hypersonic down. But that's what me and her was gonna get on that joint, and it broke down while we was in the line. And so I never got on, and I did not want to get on it. I ain't gonna lie to you, I ain't want to get on it, but Chelsea wanted to get on it. And if she riding, I'm riding. You know what I'm saying? You ain't punking me on no ride. Even if I might be scared of it. I'm not scared of no roller coasters at all. It's just that, you know, I'm probably more scared of water rides than roller coasters, if that make any sense. Because most water rides, they don't really strap you in. You just sit in there until you hold the bar. You know? What if you fall out? You know? But I can ride roller coasters all day. But anyway, I got on the free fall thing at Six Flags America with the boys. And but like I said, that wild one, that roller coaster is the closest one to that water park. The Roar would have been the next closest roller coaster. No, it's another roller coaster there. That roller coaster, I forget the Ricochet, I think it's called. They rode that one, the one where you get on it and it's got all these real sharp turns. It got a couple hills on it, but it got these real sharp turns, and the car you in spins around. It's crazy roller coaster. You always think you're gonna fall over the side of it. They love getting on it, so I get on that with them. I ain't even like getting on that thing, because the way it snapped and make you feel like you're gonna fall out this roller coaster. They got on that, and they got on the wild one. That's it. They never got on the Roar. They never got on the Superman, Joker's Jenks. None of those. They just got on those two, because those two roller coasters are right beside each other, and they're closer to that water park. So they've never even been through the Gotham City. The only thing they want to do is they ride them first rides since you get in there, which is part of the original Wild World. That's all still intact. But going back up in that Gotham City where all the other new stuff is at, they never even been back there before. So not take them there this summer. I may just walk them around and let them see. They ain't got to get on nothing. They don't want to get on it. I just want them to see the rest of the park. They just only go to Six Flags to go to that water park. They don't even call it Six Flags. They call it, Daddy, we want to go to the water park. I know what the water park means. They want to go to Six Flags. Go to the water park. They've never even seen the whole park before. So when we go up there this summer, we going to, even if we just walk around, let them look at it, and then I'll take them to the water park. I know that's what they want to do. So, but I'll find some new places to take them in the summertime. They got nice water parks. That's the only thing they want to do anyway. So anyway, I just wanted to do that quick video about Six Flags closing down, a little bit of the history. You know, it was Wild World, then it became Adventure World. It was only Adventure World for like a couple of years. It wasn't Adventure World long before it turned into Six Flags America. So I've been through all of that. So we're gonna miss Six Flags, but and I heard they was closing because it got to be too rowdy up there. I never saw that. All I know is when people go, like we went there last year. Last year, me and Junior went because Tyler had spent the summer with his sister in Florida. And I remember when we went there, we always get there as soon as they open up. And I was surprised because they didn't even put it through the metal detector. I always go there with a book bag. They didn't even search my book bag. They didn't put it through no metal detectors. They just let it just walk right on through. And it's like everybody that worked there looked like they all in high school. Like they just hired a bunch of 16 and 17-year-olds to basically run the park. So maybe that got something to do with it, because they were not checking for weapons or contraband. I could have had anything in my book bag, and they would have never even known it, because they didn't even put us through the detector. They just, as long as I had to do was show them, because I buy my tickets online. So the only thing I gotta do is go there and just, they scan my code I get in my email, and just let us in. Only thing they did was scan that code. We didn't go through no metal detector, no nothing. They just let us in. So if they've been having fights and stuff and things going on in that park, that's part of the problem. People probably bringing all kind of stuff in there they ain't supposed to be bringing in there and using it while they in there. But other than, I've never seen a fight or anything of the sort at Six Flags. Only thing I know is that the last time we went there, last summer, me and Junior, they did not check our bags. And normally they run you to the metal detector as soon as you go in there. As you're going through, they make everybody go through the metal detectors. They didn't do that. They just let us go right through without the metal detectors or nothing. It's just like anybody just walk up in there with anything. So oh well. But that's it. Like I said, I'm gonna do another video. Now that I got roller coasters on my mind, of some of the better ones that I've been on, and some of the better ones I've been on, whether it's not just a Six Flags, but just in general of all the theme parks that I've been to, because me and Chelsea got on like all of them. I may have to do a roller coaster video for all you roller coaster buffs out there, because me and Chelsea used to get down on them. So that's it for now. I'm gonna go in here and check this movie out in a few minutes. I never even been in this movie theater before. I come up here in Scranton and Bowl twice a year, once in the spring and once in the fall. These tournaments that they have up here, and I've never been to this movie theater before. So I'm gonna check it out and just hang out on the town, get ready for another long, grueling day of bowling tomorrow. I bowled, today is Saturday. I was up here, I drove up here last night, and we hit the bowl last night. Didn't get out the bowling alley until like 11 o'clock. Then turned around, had the bowl at 9:30 squad this morning, and was in there until almost 4 o'clock. We gotta do the exact same thing again tomorrow. So I'm going to catch this movie, hang out on the town for a little bit, and get a little bit of rest before I got to spend another day a whole day in the bowling alley tomorrow, bowling. So I'll holler at y'all later.